Yeah, buddy. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Childish back at it again with the next Guild Wars episode, but we're gonna kind of do a little critical thinking, getting it down, breaking it down, this and that, whatever. So, synergy versus stats, sequencing your team versus the stats. What's more important? Are they equal? Where should we go when we're trying to optimize our team? There are so many ways of setting up a team. It's crazy, and that's the beautiful part about this game. There is really no right or wrong way. But I just wanted to kind of point out something over the course of this last week having Theomars, and wanted to basically kind of showcase a particular one of those Guild War teams that I normally use that may seem kind of unorthodox, but kind of gets the job done. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Just a friendly reminder for all my haters out there. Theomars is I'm using him for the Guild Wars more specifically, but the end goal is to obviously get himself a comparable violence set with those kind of stats, the speed, the attack, the crit damage, all that good stuff, right? But utilizing what I got because that's what I got, that's what I got available. Well, I was taking a look at this and I was really paying close attention to his speed. As when I first got this, the first thing that I thought about, and the first thing that I know I see a lot in the Guild Wars is like, if you're rocking that standard, Veramos, Darien, or Jubel, and Chasoon, swap out Darien for that Theomars. You see a lot of Veramos, Theomars, Chasoon kind of combos, and why? Because it's it's really, really strong, right? You got the cleansing, you got the defense break, and if you got him set up on a violence set, you can definitely catch a nice break and get the opportunity to provide more kill potential, right? Right. I as much as that actually did okay for me, I still had the issues. Why? Because I'm utilizing a vampire set versus a violence set, so I can't embrace that concept of RNG and hoping that he runs his defense break and then gets an additional turn to knock the opponent out, snipe him out. So I kind of had to think outside the box and took a look at some of the other units that I have. Chasoon being the first one, I did notice right away that at the current stat that I had, while her hit points were a little bit low in my eyes, generally I run her at about 35k, 36k. I did notice that the speed was basically within 1 point, right? Similar to what I do with what I do with Darien right now. Jubel is the one that's ruined. I'm not using Darien at this time, but that's basically what I did. So I took a look at other units that can potentially not only improve the damage of a unit as strong as this, which has skills based on speed, and then a unit that provides the defense break similar to him. And believe it or not, I came around to Jultan, okay, and don't laugh, I got shield runes. Basically, you'll see why. So, if you take a look at the speed on here, we got ourselves sitting at 144, which seems kind of unorthodox because we have two units that are at 148 and 149 respectively, but that being said, when you calculate the speed tower plus the speed leader skill, I noticed that I was coming up with Chasoon at 180 speed. I was coming up with Jultan at 148 speed, as well as Theomars. I'm sorry, fail. 178 speed is the calculation I got, and Theomars 178 speed when it was all said and done. Despite the fact that this is definitely something that gets overlooked, but for some of the beginning and intermediate players, despite the fact that this one has a little bit lower speed, calculating the base improvement, right? The amount of speed that you get from the speed tower and the leader skills, when 60% of your base speed is going to be a little bit higher, considering this has 115 versus the 100. So I went ahead, fine-tuned them a little bit, and threw them in some of my Guild Wars team, in addition to putting them in some of my Guild defense team. And to my surprise, while this particular setup is not what we would call optimal, right? Because we're losing the opportunity to cleanse. It seems that it threw quite a handful of people off guard. Again, when it's all calculated, all said and done, all of these units have that 180 speed. So it was pretty cool to see it all work together and all come together. So basically now, even though this is working really strong, the ultimate goal is to obviously get Theo on violence set with comparable speed, just to provide more kill potential, and then in addition, continuously get better runes so that I can keep on creeping up the speed on Theo and Chasun, so that one day I can get Veramos back in the mix, which I still use Veramos, right? I put Veramos in at the end of the week so that I can have a better chance of getting some more wins. But at the end of the day, synergy versus stats, you can make an argument for either one, but if you're constantly trying to improve one or two of your units, I believe that it's going to be, the minute you decide to greatly improve one, you might find that while one unit improves, the other two units lose a little bit of that strength, because you throw off that synergy. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go ahead and cut to a clip of some Guild Wars Arena offense showcasing this particular team, so that you can kind of see it in action and realize that even though it lacks immunity or cleansing, it can take on a wide variety of teams. I mean, and this is just a prime example of while certain teams lack certain things, if you synergize them well, they can get away with quite a bit. So I hope you all enjoy the video. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's go ahead and cut off to the next clip.